In AutoCAD, there are plenty of options by which you can make arc. The most basic one is using 3 points. You can find your arc command on Draw panel of Home tab. And here is the arc. When you click on this arrow, you'll find 11 different methods of making arc. Let's start with 3-point arc. As the name suggests, for making this arc, you need to select 3 different points. So here I have this first point. Click to make the first, then the second point, and then the third point. So this arc will pass through all the 3 points where I've clicked. Okay, let's go and erase this. Click on this arc again. Now next is start, center, end. Again, as the name suggests, you first need to click on the starting point, then center point, and then end point. Let's select this arc. Let's suppose that B is the starting point for arc. Now the center point will be A, and now you can directly see that here we have this arc. Right now the arc is created in anti-clockwise direction, and when you move to clockwise direction you won't see this arc. But if you want to create this arc in clockwise direction, then press Ctrl key and hold it there, and now if you move in clockwise direction the arc will be created. But the default direction is anti-clockwise, and it can be made like this. Now you can also click anywhere in this screen or select angle for making this arc. So I'm clicking here, and here we have this arc. Let's go to the next option, which is start, center, and angle. So here is the start point, which is point B again. A becomes the center point, and now we need to specify a particular angle, and this will be the included angle of arc. So let's say that we want to include it in an angle of 30 degrees. So type 30 on command line and press enter. Now this arc has been made, and if you connect this center point with this end point, and if you measure this included angle, then this should be equal to 30 degrees for this arc. Let's erase these two geometries. Now the next arc is start, center, and length. For this arc, again you need to specify a starting point, a center point, and now you need to specify length of this chord which connects these two endpoints. So let's say that I want to make an arc with a chord length of 100 units. So type 100 and press enter. Now if you make a line which connects this point to this point, then length of this line will be equal to 100 units. Let's get rid of these geometries. Now let's move on to the next one, which is start, end, and angle. So obviously in this case you need to click on the start point of arc, which is B in this case, then the end point, not the center of arc, and then you can see that this arc will be restricted in between these two endpoints. Now you need to enter the angle, the included angle of this arc. Let's say that I want to include an angle of 90 degrees, so type 90 and press enter. Now if you make a line which connects these two endpoints with the center, then these two lines are making an angle of 90 degrees, which is the included angle. So let's get rid of these geometries. Now the next one is start, end, and direction. For making this arc, you need to select the starting point, then the end point, and now you can see that an arc is made with these two values, and this is following the tangent. Your cursor will follow the tangent. All you need to do is specify a direction in terms of angle. If you want to reverse direction of this arc, then press Ctrl and hold it, and now you can see that the arc will be made in the opposite direction. Now let's specify an angle for this. So I'm specifying an angle of 60 degrees and press enter. So now here we have an arc made in such a way so that if we draw a line that starts from this point and which is tangent at this point and extends, then the angle made by this line with the positive direction of x-axis will be equal to 60 degrees. Now let's select start, end, and radius. For this you need to specify starting point of an arc, then end point of an arc, and then the radius of this arc. So obviously you need to select a radius which can be given to this arc. If you select a radius which is too small or too large for this circle, then this arc will not be created. So I'm selecting a radius of 50 units and press enter, and you can directly see that this arc was invalid. AutoCAD was not able to make this arc. Okay, so now I'll select this arc again and I'll click on the starting point and end point, and in this case I'm going to enter a radius value of 100 units and press enter, and here we have our arc with starting point, end point and a radius of 100 units. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is center, start and end. For this you need to specify first the center point, then the starting point of arc, and then in anti-clockwise direction your arc will be made. All you need to do now is specify the endpoint for this arc, and in this case also if you want to change its direction to anti-clockwise, then you need to keep your control key pressed. So now here we have this arc. For center, start and angle, you need to first select the center, then the starting point, and now the included angle of this arc. So it's similar to the one we have already discussed. So type angle 30 and the angle of 30 degree will be created. So if you join this with this point, this end, then the included angle will be equal to 30 degrees. Let's look at center, start and length. In this case, first click on center, then starting point, and now you need to specify the chord length. So again, here in this case I am specifying a chord length of 120 units and press enter. Now if you connect these 2 points, then the length of this line will be equal to 120 units. Now let's look at this last one, which is continue. When you select continue, your arc will continue from the last drawn arc. Now you can see that this time this arc has been drawn. The next arc will continue from this point. So let's click on continue, and here our arc continues from the last drawn arc, and here we have this continuity will keep on going.